It's getting to be that hectic holiday time, and sometimes it's hard to find balance in your day-to-day lives.
Here to give us 5 tips is developmental and motivational coach and speaker, as well as editor Ashley Rae. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So you can feel that hectic kind of energy coming upon us with the holidays.
Yeah, you can. And more specifically, I'm going to talk about stay-at-home moms, the work-from-home moms, because I'm a work-from-home mom. I run a 3-facet business primarily out of my home, and it can be a lot, juggling professional life and the mom life at home, and then with the holidays coming up, right? So we're seeing a trend right now, especially with the women that I coach. We've got a couple different things happening. We have women that are leaving corporate America to spend more time raising their children in those first 5 years before they go to school, but yet they want to maintain that professional work life. And then we have the stay-at-home moms that are looking for professional opportunities, right? Because they have that part of their life that they still want to contribute, but yet they still want to spend time at home. Well, it's hard. It's a challenge. It is so hard working from home and raising children. And so trying to find that balance in that day, and then like you said, with the holidays coming up, it's making it a little bit more difficult. So just 5 quick little tips. There's many that we talk about, but these 5 are kind of the primary ones. The first is your wants and your needs list. I think we all do this. We have lists that are never ending, right?
Yes.
And so usually on Sunday evening, I sit down and I come up with what are my needs for that week that I have to get done. And then in addition, if I get those done, and here are my wants, right? Here are those additional things that I can get done. But that really just helps me stay focused on the tasks at hand and what I have to get done that week. But again, I could sit and work till 3 in the morning every day because your list is never ending. But just really prioritizing and say, what do I have to get done? And then what are some of those bonus things? The next one would be putting time limits on it. You know, the work from home moms, again, it's easy. We were talking about Smurfs. It's really easy for me to sit and rock my child and not want to get up from the chair, right? And now 2 hours has passed and I haven't done any of my work. Or vice versa. I start working on a project and 2 hours has passed and now my child is still watching the movie and I haven't engaged with them at all. So I'm kind of defeating both purposes. So really kind of putting time limits on it and saying, you know, for a half hour, I'm going to work on this and then I need to take a break and then I need to get back to mom role or I need to send out some emails or whatever. So putting time limits on it.
How do you stick to those? And do you write those down?
No. So again, it's because our day, you're not going to be from 7 to 7:30, I'm doing this, and 7:30 to 8, right? It's more or less when I sit down to rock him, I know that I've got maybe a half hour to do that, right? Or if I'm going to sit down and work on emails this morning, I have a half hour to do that, and then I need to take that break and focus on him for a little bit before I bounce back and forth. So it's really kind of the bouncing between the roles. The third one is communicate that with them, depending on how old your child is. Mine is 2, so he doesn't really understand the concept of time right now. But as they get older, explaining to them, when the clock turns 10, mommy's going to be done, and then we'll play your game, right? So just really having that open conversation with them, but also communicating with your spouse or your significant other as well. My husband knows a couple weeks leading up to the magazine, when I launch that, it gets hectic. And so he knows that he maybe pulls a little bit of extra weight for me, but just keeping lines of communication open. Having activities, so if I'm working on my computer, my little boy has his little computer, so sometimes he'll sit in his seat and he'll work on the computer with me. And then change of environment, you know, like this morning, he's at daycare, you know, or maybe we go into town and we go to a coffee shop and I work from there, or we have play dates or what, you know, just change of scenery because we can kind of get into those ruts when we're working from home. So those are just quick 5 little tips.
I like it,
that just really help you build balance when you're trying to be that professional work at home mom.
And we have a lot of them watching right now
we do.
as well.
Yes, we do.
That's great. Set some ground rules for yourself.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
Coming up on today's show, some advice for you and your partner.